For this second mining session, we'll talk about self-observation. This goes with a theme in digging deeper into your mentality. Self-observation is the practice of non-judgmentally watching your own thoughts, feelings, and behaviors to gain self-awareness and identify problems, which can empower you to make positive changes and improve your mental well-being. How to practice self-observation. Adopt an observer mindset. This is done by watching yourself as if you were another person. What emotions do you feel, and how do you physically react to them? Focus on your emotional state. When you notice a strong emotion, observe the emotion and the sensations that come with it. For example, if you're angry, observe the emotion and the sensations that come with it. Do you feel like you might cry or that you need to hit something? External behaviors. Notice your actions and how you interact with others. Maybe you already noticed that you talk differently in front of others. Build on that. Do you hold yourself differently around others as well? Do you notice that you're more aware of your surroundings? Be honest. Sometimes you'd like to ignore certain habits or actions because you find yourself very judgmental towards them. You need to change that judgment out for compassion. It's okay to have habits that you don't like. This is why we're talking about this. Notice those unusual habits and observe them. Understand why you do them, and then we can work on fixing them. Maybe you'll realize that you're being too hard on yourself, and that habit isn't actually unusual. Observe first and change later. The main point of self-observation is to understand yourself better from a different point of view. You will probably realize things about yourself that you might not like, but you need to take the time to understand why you do those things. If you notice that you're being judgmental towards yourself, observe that as well. Build up the habit of self-observation. Make a goal. What do you want to observe on? Maybe you're angry a lot, or you have a lot of anxiety that you don't understand where it's coming from. Find a focus point. Do it frequently. Notice the patterns that emerge. Do you feel these emotions around the same time every day? Is there a person you interact with that makes you feel that emotion? Observation takes time, so you'll need to take notes on the things you observe. Observing the facts along with the emotions. Where were you? Who were you with? What were you doing? This also helps in identifying patterns. Even if your main focus is on one emotion, also observe others. You are a complex person with complex emotions. You can feel more than one emotion at the same time. You can be upset and sad at the same time. Continue to observe those emotions and make note of them when they come up at the same time. Always remember to curb your judgment. This is a time of self-reflection, and self-judgment can make it difficult to understand your emotions. Think of it as though your friend is talking about their problems. You would approach that situation with a level head and no judgment. Treat yourself as though you are your friend. Always stay curious while self-observing. Do not jump to conclusions because you can cut yourself off from further observation. Keep an open mind and don't act too quickly. Some tools for self-reflection. Start journaling. Journaling can be an archive of past information that you can look back on. This helps you observe those patterns and reflect on them. A good way to journal is through journaling prompts. You can easily look up prompts online and answer them in your journal. You can also do a free journaling approach where you write what's on your mind and the things you did throughout the day. Journaling is probably the best tool in self-reflection. Sometimes writing things down that bother you just takes the weight off your shoulders. Another thing you could do in self-reflection is taking some personality quizzes. This can help deepen your connection to who you are. Doing some mindful exercises can also help in self-observation. I did a whole video on mindfulness that you can check out. If you still need extra help, think about reaching out to others or a mental health professional. They can help guide you in your self-reflection journey. Some benefits to self-observation is living authentically. By self-observing, you are becoming more aware of the person you truly are without judgment. This allows you to gain insight into who you are. You are becoming more self-aware of your choices and goals in life. You think before you act, allowing for self-reflection and gained experience. You improve your emotional intelligence by observing your emotions with curiosity and without judgment. This allows you to better understand your emotions and improves your communication and empathy towards others. This also helps build stronger relationships. Self-observation can reduce stress and anxiety. You are in touch with your emotions and can avoid getting caught up in negative thoughts. You have conquered overthinking and now have a simpler mindset. Self-observation increases your motivation and productivity because you understand your goals and desires more. This gives you a greater sense of purpose, allowing you to stay motivated. Self-observation is an important tool for self-improvement and should always be considered when embarking on your journey of personal growth. I will always encourage you to break negative thought patterns and embrace who you truly are, but I understand that it's very difficult to find the courage to do it. I hope that this can become a community where we encourage others to take that leap. I know that current world events make it difficult to stay positive, and it's hard for me as well, but you should always know that I will always be cheering you on, even if it feels like no one else is.